It's okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the agenda for the full quorum court meeting here, Monday, October the 17th. It's Jefferson County Courthouse. First, we will have the prayer. I'm going to ask Reverend Adams to, Justice Adams, to do the prayer for us, please.
Bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we come first of all, give you praise, glory, and all that. Thank you yourself for this another opportunity just to be able to call on your holy and righteous name. Lord, we thank you right now just for being God and God all by yourself.
Yes,
We
yes.
ask you to just come into this quorum court meeting, touch our hearts right now that we might do your will in the midst of this county business. And we'll be so mindful, so to give your name the praise, the glory, and all that. It's in Christ Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we'll have the roll call by Madam Secretary.
Yes, Adams. AG. Byrd. Curl. Daniels.
She's on Zoom.
Here. Dumas. Here. Fisher.
Here.
Gaddy.
Here.
Harden.
Here.
Holcomb.
Here.
Jackson.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
President Johnson.
Here.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. Next, we'll have the Treasury Report, Benicia Goodwin.
Good evening, everyone. Short and sweet. Beginning balance, $27,126,052.28. We have $11.55 correction error on the check warrant account. Revenue for the month, $527,812.26. We had expenditures, $9,019,044.59, giving us an ending balance on September 30th, $32,634,831.50.
I heard it was a dollar.
You heard it was
$11.55. Any questions? Thank you, Benicia. Next, we'll have the reading and disposition of the minutes. Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Next, we'll have the report of the committees. We will start out with Public Safety Committee, and that's Justice Conley Byrd.
Yes, Judge. The Public Safety Committee had 2 items of business before them, and both items were sent on to the full court with a due pass. That concludes our report.
Thank you, Justice Byrd. Next, we'll have Judicial, and that's Justice Roy Agee.
We had 2 items. Both of them was they passed on with full court with a good pass.
Okay, thank you, Justice Agee. Next, we'll have Human Resources, and that is Justice Cedric Jackson.
We had one on the agenda, motion proper second, and moved over to the full court.
Thank you, Justice Jackson. Next, Finance Committee will be Justice Jimmy Fisher.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, there were 16 items on the agenda, of which we had 2 from the Public Safety, 2 from Judicial, 1 from Human Services. All were passed on to the full court with a due pass.
Thank you, Justice Fisher. Next, we'll move on to unfinished business. Justice Carroll.
Yes, sir. I believe in our last quorum court meeting, the issue was raised in reference to the audit report. And if I'm not mistaken, you indicated that the audit report would be on next month's agenda. It is not.
Okay, Justice.
And, I'm looking at 2 audit reports one for 20 and 21, and we have not met our responsibility as a legislative body by not reviewing it. The law requires us to do so. So if for no more than to let us do our duty as elected officials, as legislators in the county, allow us to, and I'm asking, and we should have, would you ask Mr. Donald to not video me, please? He is not a news reporter, and his video does not feed into our video, and so I don't know why he's videoing me, because he's not in a video medium at his job. He's audio, he's a disc jockey. So I wish he would not record me on while he's doing his hobby.
Well, Justice Carroll,
I wish he would do like the other reporters that come and get somewhere stationary and not put that camera on me, because he is not a reporter. He is not a cameraman. He's a disc jockey.
Justice Carroll, I appreciate your comment.
I'm asking you to ask Mr.
Justice
Donald
Carroll.
to not put that camera on me.
Justice Carroll, it is required that we have a backup. Yes, we have this system in place. We have this system in place, but we still have to have a backup in case this system is down. He's been here every meeting for that, just that matter, and we have been able to call on him on several occasions to be able to pull information sometimes that may have been omitted. And so this is nothing new. He's been here all the time.
Right, you're paying him $300 for each meeting he comes to and play cameraman. He's a disc jockey.
Justice Carroll, we're getting away. We're going away.
Courtroom, putting that camera in people's faces, playing like he's a cameraman. He's a disc jockey.
Justice Carroll, we're getting away from, you were talking about the unfinished.
I'm asking you to ask Mr. Donald to not put that camera on me.
I will not. I will not, Justice Carroll. As you talked about the unfinished business with the audit report, which audit report are you referring to?
The one for 2020. Talks about $70,000 in Mr.
2020.
Your office. This new one talks about 25 cell phones in your office that were not county cell phones, and some other things from other departments, and we're not discussing any of this, and it's our job as legislators to do so.
Judge, point of order, if I could. There is a point of order if he acknowledges me. The point of order is we're not supposed to discuss this audit outside of the county judge and the quorum court. If we discuss this audit, we've got to do it in executive session. It's not to be done, it's not to be provided by anybody else other than quorum court and the county judge.
I think you're absolutely incorrect, just like you talked about.
If you'll read the bottom line, it says, this information intended solely for the use of the county judge and quorum court members and management of the county, and not intended and to be and should not be used by anyone other than these specific parties. That's pretty plain.
That's right. If we're not supposed to put it in their hand, they take it out there and wallpaper their house with you. You're exactly right. But the public does have a right to know what's going on with county funds.
Under executive session only.
No, sir. You said that, but not one time did you read that in.
I read it right here. It said it should not be discussed outside of our body.
Okay. Justice's order. Let's be decent and in order.
I agree.
Again, Justice Carroll.
Yes.
Your comment is noted. We will move on. It is noted.
Do you have
a
date when this will be on the agenda so we can follow our duty?
Justice Carroll, I cannot give you a date, but I can tell you this much. It will be very soon, either in the November or the December quorum court meeting. We will discuss this, but it is not on the agenda now, and we will have discussion regarding the reports.
I would ask you to call a special meeting as you did with the other item that was controversial, and this not be a part of our regular meeting, so that we can have ample time to discuss it.
Okay, Justice Carroll, it's noted. Now, do we have any other unfinished business? If not, do we have any comments or questions from the public on the business before us? Okay, being there is none, let's move on to new business.
Judge, I move we suspend the rules and have the reading by the ordinances by title only and move to the third reading where applicable.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign.
Item 1, an appropriation ordinance to create Fund 1850, funding assistance to appropriate funds to 1850.
Move for
Motion to
adoption.
approve.
Second.
A motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion carries.
Item
Madam Secretary.
2, an appropriation ordinance to provide a supplemental appropriation for Fund 1805, sales tax rural fire.
Move
Motion
for
to
adoption.
approve.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Secretary.
Item 3, an appropriation ordinance to transfer funds from Fund 1814, emergency reserve to Fund 1000 County General Circuit Courts.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Secretary.
Item 4, an appropriation ordinance to transfer funds from Fund 3025, victim witness to Fund 1000 County General Prosecutor.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Secretary.
Item 5, an appropriation ordinance to provide a supplemental appropriation, Fund 1000 County General Corner.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Secretary.
Item 6, an appropriation ordinance to appropriate funds for Fund 1000 County General County Buildings.
Move for adoption.
Second.
A motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Secretary.
Item 7, an appropriation ordinance to provide a supplemental appropriation to Fund 1000 County General Elections.
Motion to approve.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Secretary.
Item 8, an appropriation ordinance to transfer funds within Fund 1808, Environmental Enforcement Officer.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Secretary.
Is it two of the same?
No, it's two. Yeah, it's different.
Okay. Item 9, an appropriation ordinance to appropriate funds to Fund 1808, Environmental Enforcement Officer.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Secretary.
Item 10, an appropriation ordinance to transfer funds within Fund 3036, Recycling.
Move for adoption.
Second.
A motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign.
Judge,
Motion.
is this an emergency ordinance? It has emergency in the title.
Which one?
That was number 10.
See,
We're not on that
I
one.
don't see
When, yeah, which one you,
I don't see it.
yeah. Yes.
We're on number 10.
That's 11.
It's 12.
I said 11, but yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. All in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Secretary.
Item 11, an ordinance to establish a county general sub-fund to be called the Local Assistance Tribal Consistency Fund, LACT, and called to declare an emergency.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion has been made and properly second. Any questions?
No, Judge, I'm sorry. Now, do we have to read this one again since it's an emergency?
Judge, we suspended the rules on that.
You didn't include that in your statement.
Where applicable, this is applicable.
You want to go back and amend your motions to say that?
I said where applicable. I said move to the third reading where applicable.
Okay, the motion,
It's good, but it's ready to be called for discussion.
okay. All right, any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Secretary?
Item 12, an appropriation ordinance to provide a supplemental appropriation, Fund 2000, transfer funds from Fund 1814 Emergency Reserve to Fund 2000 Road, and transfer funds from 3046 American Rescue Plan to Fund 2000 Road.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign.
Aye.
Madam Secretary, will you call the roll?
Adams,
Yeah.
AG,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Curl,
No.
Daniels, Dumas,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
Gaddy,
No.
Harden,
Yes.
Holcomb,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Patricia Johnson,
Yes.
Reginald Johnson.
Motion passes. Madam Secretary?
Item 12,
13.
I'm sorry.
That's what
hold on
we
just
just
a minute.
did.
Item 13, an appropriation ordinance to transfer funds from 3046 American Recovery Plan to 4802 Municipal Special Project Construction Fund, cities of Alzheimer, Humphrey, and Redfield.
Move to adoption.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. Any questions? Justice Adams?
Just one question. I know it's a special project, I don't, is this under the relief money as well?
Yes.
Okay, if I noticed, even in the audit, there's some things that, we might not have gotten right with, before we release these funds, are we gonna be able to,
Yes. What I'll provide to you, Justice Adams, is a response from our attorneys that disagree with the audit findings. But yes, we are in compliance with that. We hired the Ted Mullenix firm to assure us, and they are a private law firm that specializes in handling the American Rescue Plan money. So where we did not have them on board previously, we do have them on board now, and they approve this. So yes, we're getting it right.
I also, one more question, I also noticed that, Wapsico wasn't on there, and, from my understanding, they already like 30,000 in the hole with the water company. Is there any reason why they haven't?
Yes, we reached out to Wapsico initially and did not get a response, but we are going to work with them. There is another grant process that has come out since September the 16th, I believe, September 16th, of the federal government releasing some more monies for these special projects such as water, sewer, and these projects. So we will be working with them with an engineer. We'll have to have an engineer to go in and tell us what their needs are so that we can apply for those monies. And so we are working to get that done. Not only just Wapsico, but we will be dealing with Tucker and some of these other smaller communities. Justice?
Is there a timeline for this?
I think the date for the applying for those, I think it's November the 30th. Don't hold me to that. I'll get you an exact date.
This is in the near future.
Yeah, it's in the near future. Yeah, and if I would, I would like to, I think Mayor Hudson went to that meeting regarding that. I think all the mayors did, but I don't know the exact date. Do any of you know the exact date for applying? Yes. November 4th, yes. Okay. By 4 p.m., yes. Okay.
One more thing, I'm gonna leave you alone.
Yes, sir.
I've noticed that, Alzheimer in Humphrey, has a need more than Redfield. It seems as though Redfield is upgrading where Alzheimer in Humphrey has an emergency. And I was looking at the money being the same. I mean, it's a emergency rescue, and shouldn't we be concentrating on the emergency?
Yes, I mean, yes and no. There is an emergency with the Redfield, the city of Redfield. Also, it's just that Redfield has already taken some initial legwork to go ahead and put in process those immediate things that they need, but their water lines and their sewer, that is still part of the project. So since it concerned the water and sewer, I felt the need, actually, Alzheimer and Redfield needed more because Alzheimer also needed a new tank and they needed to redo their lines. And so I wanted to be fair in doing so by giving each municipality the same amount.
Okay.
Justice Johnson, Justice Carroll had his hand up, so. Justice Carroll.
Judge, thank you. You mentioned that in response to the first question that Justice Adams asked, that there is a new legal team.
Yes, there is a team that assists not only Jefferson County, but some other agents and other counties dealing with the American Rescue Plans. And so they have been brought aboard. I think we brought them aboard last month.
So this is not someone that's affiliated with the county association. This is a separate.
Yeah, this is a separate law firm that was referred to us by the AAC. One of the firms.
So they're under one of those contracts that you can do yourself, that you can initiate and sign yourself.
Yes.
The county judge.
Yes.
Would I be asking too much if all of those type of contracts that you have entered into over the last 2 years be made available to this Quorum Court?
All the contracts are available, you know, to the Quorum Court. I mean,
what would be the procedure for getting that?
Just ask. Our office work for the Quorum Court. So if you need any of those orders or any of those contracts, we'll feel free to come by, ask any of my staff. We can get those for you.
I'm asking now, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
I just had one thing to say about the sewer with Redfield. I asked a specific question last week, and that question was if the issue was because of their new bills, why they're needing this. And in the future, I just think that this court should maybe pay attention to the people who have greater need and not because they're growing. And that's just how I feel about it.
Okay. Well, I don't, that's not the actual case. I appreciate that comment, but that's not. They actually have the same needs as the other municipalities. Yeah, I mean, I know she did, but what she did, she focused in on the work that they had done, but the need for Redfield as far as the water and the sewer is just as great as the other municipalities. If it weren't, I would not have brought it to you for that, but we assess those needs. It's just that they had already made some initial legwork to get some other things done. So that's why we went with that. So if, okay. All in favor, if there are no other questions, all in favor, respond by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion carries.
Item 14, an appropriation ordinance to appropriate and transfer funds within Fund 1000, County General, County Clerk.
Move for adoption.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Madam Secretary?
Item 15, an appropriation ordinance to transfer funds from Amendment 79 to the reappraisal fund.
Motion approved.
A motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Madam Secretary?
Item 16, an appropriation ordinance to add a slot in the county clerk's office.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions? All in favor, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Thank you very much. Yes.
We take the name vote on item 14.
Item 14,
Yes, I think we need to call the roll.
not on 14. Was it 14?
Yes,
It was 12.
Yeah.
12. I have it on 12.
I'm saying, did we take the name vote on item 14?
No, do I need to call roll? No, we didn't. No, not on 14.
I understand there was no name, that's parliamentary procedure to call for it though.
Okay, good, you just said all the computers.
I'm with you, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All in, on 14, I did,
I can say, I don't know.
we got that.
don't
I thought I
remember.
did.
I thought you did too, but it doesn't, we can do it again.
Okay.
Make us happy.
All right, we'll go back to item 12, Madam Secretary. 14.
Item 14, an appropriation ordinance to appropriate and transfer funds within Fund County General, County Clerk.
Second.
A motion has been made and properly seconded. Any questions? All in favor, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Next, we'll have an announcement, and if, to the pleasure of the court, if you would allow us, you'll see that we have the Jefferson County Cooperative Extension Service presentation with Pia Woods. We do this every year, and so if you would indulge me to allow her to give her presentation.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I promise you we'll be brief. Thank you, Judge, for allowing us to be on the agenda this evening. Many of you who have been on the court for a while and are familiar with our program know that we are a part of the University of Arkansas Division of Agriculture, Research and Extension. We have cooperative extension service in all 75 of our counties. A few of our counties have 2 offices. We are located on South Idaho Street, right off of north of Mitchell. And since we were here last, we've had a lot of changes in our office. Just as we've had changes here in the courthouse, which are looking really good, by the way. We've had some employee departures. I don't know how many of you knew our administrative assistant, Ms. Wilma Dorn. She worked with us for 43 years. She retired on March 31st of this year. About a couple of weeks later, we had our ag agent who was with us last year at this time, Kurt Beatty. He did a transfer from Jefferson County to Chico County to be closer to home. His last day with us was on April 8th, and we have been without an ag agent for that entire time, which is, prime growing season for not only our consumer gardeners, but for our farmers as well. So we've been in a pinch there. But today is a good day. We have with us 2 new employees, and as I call each of their names, I'm going to have them stand and kind of wave at you. Kevin Harris has been with us for a little over 2 years. Kevin is our urban stormwater agent, and that's his primary focus, urban stormwater education. He helps with the storm drains and the mural art that some of you may have seen down Main Street. And he also does some programming with recycling, youth education, and that sort of thing. Ms. Marianne Kaiser has been with us. Is it 17 years, Marianne? Almost?
January or December.
Okay. And Marianne is our family and consumer science agent. Before that, she was an extension volunteer and a 4-H club leader. She does primarily nutrition education, Extension Homemakers Council, and she's working currently with the Department of Corrections So lots of programming going on. Our 2 new agents just started today, so they're only a few hours in. First of all, we have Mr. Timothy Wallace. Timothy has been brought on as a 50-50 split. He'll be doing 50% consumer horticulture programming and 50% 4-H youth development programming. Brady Harmon is brought on today as well as our agricultural agent. His primary responsibilities will be row crops and livestock programming. Brady has about 8 years prior experience with the Jefferson County Extension Service. I am Kia Woods. I'm the staff chair, and I do family consumer sciences, community and economic development, and primarily 4-H youth development programming. This year, we have had quite a bit of an improvement, an uptick in our educational outreach, which is a good thing. Just like everyone else, every other entity, we were severely impacted by COVID. It prevented us from doing all of our usual face-to-face education, and so we had to find other means. Luckily, that is turning around now, so our numbers are up, our participation numbers are up, our EHC membership numbers are up, our 4-H youth enrollment numbers are up, and so is our direct education. We've provided over 175,000 educational contacts this year so far for FY22 that we just wrapped up. 29,972.25 volunteer hours, which equates to over $897,668, almost $1 million of volunteer time contributed back into the county. We have recently sent our county update to our district administration for review and for critique. That's the document that you normally get, that includes all of our statistics, so you'll be getting that soon. What we hope to do is go back to the old way of doing this presentation. I've talked to the judge about that previously. We would host an event at our county office, invite all of you and a significant other, and that way we get to know each other a little better. We get to find out about a little bit more about who you are and what your interests are, and you get to find out about our program. And so we hope that maybe this spring we'll get to go back to that again. We are federally, state, and county funded. Oftentimes people ask, well, why do you go? How are you a county department? We are a part of you. We serve the citizens of Jefferson County. You only provide a small fraction of the funding that we receive. And so we try to be very good stewards of that funding, and we hope to improve the quality of life for our citizens. And we're going to continue to do that, and we hope that we make you proud. Does anybody have any questions about anything that we may have going on? Yes.
Will we be able to get that award back?
Well, I sure hope we can.
Someone working with the youth.
That would be good. We've got several things going on. Like I said, numbers are improving. We've got some teams that are on the move. We've got some that won awards recently. We'll be going to national competitions. We've got some that are teaching technology skills to adults to hopefully improve our workforce. So yes, hopefully we'll be able to award that award again soon. I wanted to mention to you one of the publications that Arkansas Extension provides free of charge. It is our ballot issue educated guide. We've put about 600 of them out on the table this evening, so please be sure to pick one up. We've had lots of calls and visits for this guide. The Pine Bluff chapter of the Links is hosting a Zoom session tomorrow evening. I believe it starts at 7. Log-in is around 6:30 if you're interested in participating in that. Myself and Kristen Higgins from our Community Economic Development Department at the Little Rock State Office will be helping to put on that Zoom. We provide non-biased information on all of the ballot issues. So this is a good way to educate yourself and your constituents on what they're going to be voting on in this year's election. Okay, so be sure to pick up a copy for yourself. Feel free to get some if you have friends, family that you want to share them with as well. Any other questions? I know you guys are ready to go home, so once again, thank you so very much for your time. Reach out to us if we can be of any service. Thank you.
Thank you. Judge.
One other item on my.
What item is that? Justice Carroll?
Yes, sir. Would it be possible to put our procedural ordinance on the next agenda just for discussion? And possibly add the piece for continued meetings. We have not updated it during COVID with the use of Zoom.
The Zoom meetings have, as far as I know, are still being, can still be allowed. But yes, I will get a report from the AAC to see if that is still the case, and we can go from there, Justice Carroll.
Judge,
Justice Byrd?
I have one other announcement. Next month on the committee meetings, we'll be meeting with the Circuit Clerk, Barbara Collins, at 3:30 for those that care to join me. Thanks.
Thank you, Justice Byrd. If there is nothing else that claims our attention, the meeting is adjourned.
Outstanding. I'll do my best.